Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time and depending on when you're going to be seeing this video. It's your brother, your boy, courserepscorner. Like I always tell you guys, it's my corner, it's your corner, and it's our corner.
I don't wanna fall in love, I just wanna have some fun, yeah. I don't wanna fall in love.
It's the importance of time, and you people have shown yourself really the true Nigerians that you are as the press. You showed up on time and you've been here all the while. So I want to thank you for doing that. Let me thank. Yes, I like to clear the air before I do that. My name is Stephen Osemigi. I'm from Mwonde local government of Edo State. I was born and raised in Oredo, GRA, Benin. Attended Ebenezer Primary School and ICC Benin. Grew up there. Then went to the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, for my undergraduate education. I worked in Nigeria for so long, but right now I do international business and based out of New York City, Port Harcourt, Abuja, and Benin, and Lagos. So I move around a lot, but I haven't done this. During the campaign, I've really been on ground to make sure, when I made the campaign, the national obedient movement, I've been very active as a support group convener of Save Nigerian Group USA. I was able to garner the diasporans and those on ground to make sure people turn up to vote and vote right. And we believe that that result is evident today. So that's about who I am in a nutshell.
Okay, sir. Can you unveil your agenda come 2024 as a governorship aspirant of Edo State?
Thank you very much. That's a very important one. For me, what we lack in Nigeria, like Chino Achebe said, is leadership. And when he wrote his book, The Trouble with Nigeria, he said the trouble with Nigeria is clearly and fairly leadership. We've had a situation where in our country, with our resources, with our potential, we still are lacking behind in every metric. Our state, Edo State in particular, by the projections in 2022, we're 8 million people. But the unemployment level is appalling, particularly when you go to those under 40. We have a vast, talented young people. Everybody knows that Edo people has the energy, the intellect, the capacity. But one of my pain has always been the lack of use of these human resources that God has blessed us with, to couple with the vast lands that we have in our state. In my own side of the state, the Edo South, we have vast areas in farmlands that are not able to be inhabited because of the trouble of insecurity and all that. For me, I will talk about more of the issues as we go down the campaign, but what I'm here for is a new deal and a new day for Edo State. I've come with a new direction, I've come with a new vision. Whatever we were doing before has not worked. You cannot continue the same thing and expect a different result. Sure. It's time for Edo people to do something different and choose the Labour Party. Because it's the only party that have now stood to say they are for the people. Because they brought out a candidate named Peter Obi that brought us all into the obedient movement to fight for a Nigeria that works. I think what he did nationally, we can replicate in our state. So I'm here to basically say, remember the word HITA, H-I-T-A. I'm honest, I have integrity, I'm transparent, and I also have a fantastic attitude. Transparency and an attitude and compassion for the people. I believe in the 5 C's, which I said earlier. And also, I believe that as Edo people and as Nigerians by extension, we are all created equal. We are all equal citizens. And the United States, they say this a lot, that all men are created equal and are endowed by their creator with certain inalienable rights. Among that is liberty, the right to life, and the pursuit of happiness. But you cannot be happy if you don't see hope. So I came up with the word see hope, which signifies the following. Number one is security, S. What is our biggest challenge in our state? Is insecurity, where people cannot go to their jobs. Farmers cannot go to their farms. People are hungry, they have a land to plant, but they cannot. That is replicated elsewhere, but in our state, you can see that hunger is real. I'm not here to speak big grammar. Our people, they're hungry. I'm here to put food on the people's table. You get why? Where we say our own people they suffer. We get the solution. Number one is solve security problem, and our strategy is to democratize security so that every one of us will be security officials, because security is personal. If we know our neighbors, if we know who is the stranger in our area, if the traditional councils can be part of the system, we can solve our security problem. Number two is the E in the CO. We'll talk about education. There is no way you can progress as a society if you don't invest aggressively in education. But I think what we've been doing in Edo State and Nigeria as well has not been tailored to the needs of the market. What I'm suggesting is to envision education that copies what others have done elsewhere. God has enabled me to travel across the world. I've seen education that is practical. For example, 9-year-old are building smartphones in Japan. People go through school by primary 6 level, they can set up a table. They have skill, not just theory. So I'm proposing education that thinks about teaching 5-year-olds coding to be able to become the next tech expert. So that by the time you finish secondary school, you have a skill. One of my surprise was when I traveled to United States, I was among the few people who owned a home but could not fix the lights, could not fix the table, because they themselves can fix things. But I went through school, I was a very good student, but I didn't learn hand skills. So I'm thinking, let's combine theory with practical. So that by secondary school, when you earn it, you can either get a trade certificate to open a small business financed by the government to start earning a living. Because the secret to unemployment also, which is the second E, is small business empowerment. Because if you can hire one person hire one person, there will be no unemployment. Because in America today, for example, there are 10 million open jobs, more jobs than people. We can do it in Edo State when we reimagine it. Then, because of time, let me quickly go to the hope. The H in the hope is healthcare. A healthy society is a productive society. It is unconscionable. That's the big grammar. Let me break it down. It's wicked that our people do not have health insurance that can serve everybody, not just those that work or those that have money. In most parts of the world, those who are not working, the government covers for it. The current government is doing some things on health. We can build on that to make sure every Edo has access to simple, basic health care. We are not talking about brain surgery. We're just talking about simple, basic health care for all. So that's what we're going to introduce. That does not cost an arm and a leg. Another one we'll talk about is to see a hope. We talk about we're going to create opportunity. That O is opportunity for industrialization. Because one of the ways to create jobs is to really expand what we already have. In our state, we have the ancient city of Benin that is over 1,000 years old. We will envision expanding Edo State, create new city centers that will bring in the foreign investors, which are already ready. They just need to have a transparent, credible government in place, and they will bring the funding. We believe that we can develop our state without relying on federal allocation, because foreign investors are looking for opportunity. The BlackRock is an example. They have trillions of dollars waiting for a place that has integrity, where their investments are safe, which is talking about the heat, honesty, integrity, transparency, and fabulous attitude, so that people can be sure when they come into Edo State, they will succeed. So that's the O there. Then there's also, we believe, like you guys, you showed up on time. We believe that we can re-envision a society where we work with time. We can introduce the hourly wage to make sure people are earning enough to live. A take-home pay, not the kind of pay now that does not take people to the gate. They need to take home pay. So that's the productivity that will bring about prosperity. Both solar, both we have natural gas in our state. We can solve the problem of electricity, so that our people will have ability to, if you decide to open a welding shop, you don't have to think about generator. There should be power, and thank God that the bills are being passed where states can generate power. Edo State should be working better than it is, and I think it's time for a new direction.